Hello students, now we are going to discuss about the next topics of the chapter excretory products and their elimination. As in the last two classes we have studied about the excretory system of the human beings, where we have studied about the kidney, then we have discussed about the nephron, urine formation. So now we are going to discuss about the counter current mechanism, kidney disorders and the renal transplantation. Yes, counter current mechanism. Yes, this is the mechanism which is involved for producing the concentrated urines in the human beings. Yes, how this concentrated urine will produce? Because in nephron we have studied that there is a parallel combination of the loop of Henle and the vasa recta. Yes, so I have draw the diagram of the vasa recta. This is vasa recta and this is the loop of Henle. What would happen? As you know, glomerulus fluid is passed through the loop of Henle and blood that is not filtered through the glomerulus will flow through the vasa recta. But you have to keep in mind that the transport of glomerulus fluid and the blood will be in opposite direction. Yes, if the glomerulus fluid is going in the downward, at that time blood is flowing upward, so there will be a opposite flow of fluids we can say in opposite direction. That is known as the counter current mechanism, which is mainly involved in the concentration producing the concentrated urine. So this is the vasa recta that is showing that in vasa recta what will flow? The blood. Yes, this is the descending limb of vasa recta and this is the ascending limb of vasa recta. So the concentration of the blood will be here for 400 mmHg, 600 mmHg, 900 mmHg, 1200 mmHg. Then what would happen? In ascending limb, the concentration will be decreased 700 mmHg, 400 mmHg, 200 mmHg. In this you can also see that there will be the water will be removed outside, that is showing here, water will be removed outside, and sodium, chlorine, urea, all these things are added here. So that is mainly for the formation of the concentrated urine that will contain most of the waste products that is produced by the body and that should be released outside the body. In this diagram you can see loop of Henle is there. So this is the, you can see also here, this is the ascending limb of vasa recta and this is the descending limb of loop of Henle. So there is a opposite flow of the fluids. In this blood is flowing in upward direction, but here the glomerulus fluid is flowing in the downward direction. So this is the mainly that is involved in the passing, secretion and absorption of the substance through the nephron. So concentration is also there, 900 mmHg, 1200 mmHg. Then again concentration will starts to decrease, 700 mmHg, then DCT 400 mmHg, 200 and 100. And secretion and reabsorption of substance only takes place on the basis of the concentration of the blood into the vasa recta and glomerulus fluid in the loop of Henle. So material will be transferred or exchanged on the basis of their concentration only. So next topic is the kidney disorders. Yes, in the human beings, what would happen if the different parts of the kidney or the nephron will not work properly? So these disorders will include, first is the uremia. As the name indicates, uremia, that means addition of the urea into the blood. As you know, our excretory system is there, that is mainly involved in the removal of the waste product, and waste product also involve the urea. So because we are ureotelic organism, but what would happen if our kidney will not filter the urea from our body? At that time that urea will starts to added in the blood and that will cause a disorder that is known as the uremia. Yes, this uremia disorder, for this hemodialysis will be done for the separation of urea from the blood. Next is the glomerulonephritis. Yes, as the name indicates, glomerulo, that means inflammation of glomerulus will take place and it will occur due to the infection of the bacteria or any injury to the kidney also, that will cause the swelling or the, we can say, irritation, that is the inflammation of the glomerulus of the nephron. Next is the kidney stone. Yes, that is also known as renal calculi because this is formed by the precipitation of the uric acid or the oxalates. Yes, it can be removed by the surgery because so many times these stones will be dissolved and then these stones will be passed into the ureters, then they will shift it to the urinary bladder. That will be very painful, and so many times it will cause the irregular painful urination also. Next is the kidney failure. Yes, when our kidney is unable to filter the waste. Yes, this means inability of the kidney to filter the waste or excrete the waste is known as the kidney failure. Cystis, that means inflammation of urinary bladder, that will occur due to the bacterial infections. These are some of the kidney disorders. After that, we can discuss the renal transplantation. Yes, transplantation is the procedure, or we can say method, in which any functional part from a donor person, compatible donor, will be transferred to the recipient person. That means if a person is not able to work properly, for we can take the example of the kidney. If a kidney failure will take place in the human being, then what would happen? Every human being will require to remove the waste from the body. If this waste will be not removed from the body, that will be cause lethal or fatal for the human being. So at that time, what will be preferred? If both the kidneys of the person is not working properly, then it is possible to take the kidney from the another human beings. So then kidney will be transferred, and the person that who will give the kidney is known as the donor, and who will receive the kidney is known as the recipient. But both donor and the recipient should be compatible for the transplantation of the kidney. Yes, so I have mentioned here grafting of the kidney from a compatible donor to the recipient whose kidney has been failed, that is known as the renal transplantation. During the renal transplantation, you must keep in mind that the kidney is, it will be preferred to take the kidney from the close relatives, yes, or the siblings or the twins, because it will be easily fitted into the body and does not cause any reactions also. So if the kidney will be transferred from the identical twins, then you will call it isograft. And if the kidney is transferred from the close relatives, then it is known as the homograft. Yes, at the time of the kidney transplantation, the immunity of the person will be decreased by giving the immunosuppressive drugs to the person. Yes, because if the immunity will not be weakened at that time, it will reject the kidney, and that time it will be lethal for the person also. So during the transplantation, immunosuppressive drugs will be given to the recipient for decreasing the immunity, as the kidney will take the time to adjust according to the body, and after that the concentration of these drugs will be decreased as the time pass. Thank you, beta.